ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Anti-Tim podcast, where we kicked off Tim for having too many babies. How y'all doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Great. I'm tired. I didn't sleep at all last night.
Oh, better now. Uncle Nurgle stopped by this weekend, so.
I don't know what that means.
It means he got sick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you left me a gift. So
Gotcha.
I was down with it.
Reveling in his generosity.
Yes, I was.
Weekend. Gotcha. So Tim is not joining us today because, as I mentioned, him and his wife did have yet another baby.
The Republic in the
It's
world.
only number 3.
Yeah. No,
The clan.
There's not very many.
They are officially done now, though. So we won't be missing him for this reason again.
Yeah, they say that.
Unless they steal one. They could.
Yeah, they're into that.
Or buy one.
Yeah.
I suppose that's always an option.
Yeah, the
They'll
Chinese
have-
are always selling theirs.
They'll
yeah.
have another kid. It's out of their control.
Have immaculate conception or something.
Yeah, there you go. Tim is the one that gets pregnant this time.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can't say no more. You can't.
Gross.
Yeah, I mean, their method isn't 100%, but
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so we have a lot to talk about.
Real quick, what do you think about the Night Abominant?
Night Abominant, was that the...
That's the new one. That's the one with the cannon, the Volkite cannon.
I would have to go back and look at it again.
It's literally right
refresh
there.
my memory.
Well, he's the one. He's got the strength. What? Strength 10 or strength 12? Strength 9. Wait.
Yeah.
Strength
It's
12.
strength
strength
12.
12. AP 0, 3 flat damage, devastating 2.
9 shots.
Yes. And
I don't think I hate it.
I don't either.
I mean, things are, for the most part, going to be getting a 3-up save
Hey,
against you,
yeah.
right? Or hell, I mean, it's AP 0, and with 9 shots, you literally just shoot at whatever you want.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Well, and you have devastating wounds too. So like,
yeah, so like you'll drop a couple 6s or so. I mean,
Yeah.
that's you drop 2 6s on an attack roll. That you know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, on a wound roll. That's 6 mortal wounds. That'll
Yeah, and they'll spill over too.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
you could
yeah.
kill 6
More
dudes
wounds.
with
6
that
dudes,
thing.
couple
that's
turbies.
not bad. It's swingy as hell, but that's not bad.
I think I like it
Yeah,
because I like his abilities too.
I was very confused by the melee knight.
What
We're
do you
going
mean?
straight into 40k, by the way, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. we need to get into this because we got a lot to talk
We
about.
do
We
have a
are
lot.
talking Chaos Knights right now.
Yeah.
So he had the feet don't have extra attacks, right?
No, they do not.
So
the
it's like-
the feet aren't for melee knights. I know they probably come with them because it's just the model,
Yeah.
right? You're talking to the despoiler, right? You're
Yeah.
talking the basic
Yeah.
one. Yeah. So yeah, it comes with feet, but the reason why it comes with feet on the Chaos one is because I think you can do it with regular knights too, but the Chaos ones can take 2 shooty weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your
you
close
can-
combat.
you can.
Yeah. And I'm hoping they can still take 2 of the
Pretty
same.
sure the feet were really underwhelming, though, aren't they? Like 4 attacks.
Yeah, they're only 4 attacks,
Ugh.
strength 8, neg 1, 2 damage. I mean, they're feet.
Yeah, you're trying to
They
stuff.
shouldn't be like,
Yeah, but you're taking dump trucks and you're going.
yeah, 4 times. That's it.
It just seems
not
like
a-
there should be more because now that knight is like very unthreatening and
In melee, yeah, but
Well,
like you see the gun. If Chaos Knights can still double up on the same weapons, that battle cannon is ridiculous.
Yeah.
6.
66.
No,
60
excuse me.
6 plus 6.
No, not 6. It would be 12 plus 46 shots in the vast majority of cases.
18-inch range.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not 18-inch range. This is a 72-inch range weapon.
Oh no, I'm thinking that 36 is the
Yeah,
range,
yeah,
yeah.
36
So
at
at
36-inch
36
range. Yeah.
Half range, yeah.
That's a
4d6
that's a lot of
plus
bullets.
12.
A lot
They're
of
not
bullets.
bullets.
Yeah.
They're bowling balls. They're battle cannon shots.
The one that make Tim sad with his battle cannon.
Did you see the
It's
Avenger
insane.
Gatling cannon?
Yeah, that got better.
That's good.
Yeah, that's that used to be 12 shots, and now it is 18 shots.
Shots. Yes.
And they didn't nerf its AP at all too. It's always been. It might have been neg 3 at one point. It might have been neg 3. Actually, it might have been neg 3 damage at one point. But yeah, so that's still a very good gun. 36 shots if you can still double. They didn't wait. Hold on. What am I talking about?
Tuesday.
They still have the.
What are you looking at?
Yep, they can double up on guns again. I think.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, you can take
This model.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, sometimes there's a disclaimer like you can't take 2 of the same
Yeah.
weapons, but that's not on here.
No, I think they can take double.
So yeah,
any-
you can still double up on Chaos Knight weapons.
Yep.
That
Double
is
barrel
gnarly.
cannons.
The thermal cannon's good.
Oh yeah.
4D,
Yeah, what's the profile on that? Isn't it strength 12?
Strength 12, neg 4, d6, but it's Melta 6.
Yeah.
So at 12-inch range, do a flat 6 plus d6
D6
damage.
Yeah.
It's super good. Now
And
getting
it's,
within,
it's 2d3 shots.
yeah, so it'd be 4d3 if you run it 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
That's a Melta. That's a Melta.
getting within 12 might be kind of difficult for things that you want that against because most I don't know. That's a short distance relative to that.
Well,
of damage.
well, it's also a blast.
It is.
Yeah.
Is it blast?
Yes,
It is blast.
it's
That's
blast. So it's 2d3 plus 5.
Right. Yeah, but
one.
that's if you're shooting it at a unit of 5 or more.
Right.
Yeah, I
so,
might as well bring it up too.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's good. What about its melee weapons?
Well, they got the claws, the chain swords.
They got the old Thunder Strike Gauntlet. Now it's called
yeah.
a Warp Strike Claw. And you get your Reaper Chain Sword.
Strength 20.
Neg 3, 8 flat
flat
damage. Or you can get the 8 attacks. I love it.
Yep. So one's a vehicle, one's infantry. So
Oh
it's
my
easy.
god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Okay, so what was the chain sword again?
More attacks, less strength, AP,
yeah.
and damage, I think.
Yep. So it's
Same AP,
same number of attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better
Strength 14, neg
minus
4.
four.
So yeah, better AP, less damage.
Better, yeah.
So
And less strength, yeah.
Do you care?
Same attacks.
Does that still hit on 3s?
Yeah, they all still hit on 3s. Yeah, and no rules either. No actual like special
myself,
rules
I
for
go.
any of 'em.
You know, I feel like I like the
I think the claw is better.
I think I like the chainsword better because
I
you're,
like the-
you're still going to be wounding on 3s, unless you're hitting something that's
like a monolith.
T10. Was monolith T14?
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, they were the highest one so far.
With
Okay.
4 attacks though.
Yeah, with 4 attacks. But
Right.
you get better AP and 2 less damage. But I think the 2 less damage is negligible because I mean,
Well, if all 4 of your attacks wound and go through and fail to save, that's 24 damage. No, that's 24 damage over 32 damage. So I don't know what in the game is going to have 24 or 32 wounds. However, if you get into the range of like ones going of you failing one failing to go through, you start getting the range of like being able to kill a knight or a knight still being alive. And that's kind of where you're running into. I think I'd probably still go with a gauntlet.
I think
'Cause
in
if
the
3
instance
goes
of
through-
the knight,
You're still killing the knight.
If 3, but for every
I don't think I would take this knight.
3 attacks you succeed at, that's essentially an extra sword attack. So that's the thing. So you're basically getting it's 1 1/3. It's 1 1/3 more damage. 133%. No, not 130.
But-
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever bring a full melee knight
Yeah.
unless points are drastically different.
Yeah, that's what's going to be.
Because you can only choose. Do
Yeah.
I want to do this or this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You might as well have the gun.
Not as chaos. Well, that's the only thing that's a full melee knight in the chaos book anyway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but just like the knight gallant is the only one that's full melee for the
Yeah.
for.
But yeah, the chaos specific knight, no, not the abominant one we started talking about, but the one with its other weapon options, the desecrator laser destructor.
Yeah,
I like it.
Honestly, I think I like it too.
I think it's 3 shots and it hits on 2s. As a very good gun.
Yes, it is.
No,
Yep. And
no.
D6 plus 3 damage.
Yep.
But there's nothing. That's just a straight gun. There's no bonuses with it or nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So I think with that being said, how many attacks do you get?
Well,
with the...
plus you get to you have your ability to reroll 1 hit or wound roll every turn.
If you take that one, yeah.
Don't they only have 1 knight?
No, they have 2. The Abominant, and I don't remember what that
The other
one's
one's a psyker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Psyker.
Abominant's the Psyker.
Yeah.
The one with the laser destructor is not a Psyker.
Yeah.
Wait, the Abominant's the psyker?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Abominant's the Psyker.
Yep. It's warp storms and
Got
stuff.
warp storm and vortex.
Oh,
Yeah,
warp
he-
storms is okay.
He can cast those. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he can just do D3 mortal wounds to units near him. And what was the other thing? Oh, he just forced battle shock test,
Yep.
which I actually like.
Well, you get
'Cause
that
it
on top
pairs-
of you get on top of that being the Night
Yeah,
Titan
because it's
anyway.
also at neg. I think it's also at neg 1, and it's also out of battle shock phase too.
Yeah, I think
it's your command phase. When do you take battle shock? Is it your
It
command
It
phase?
is at the end of your command phase.
End of your command phase. Okay.
Yep. You do.
What?
Yep. You do everything else.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, that could be bad. I didn't. So you could order a unit, for instance. I didn't realize that you could order for a unit, for instance, and then it could immediately fail battle shock after you do that, and then you don't get your order. That sucks.
Yes. Yes.
Ugh.
So you really got to be, and also the ones that are already battle shocked, you can't give them orders anyway because
No,
it's
no,
at the end
because
of your command phase.
At the so you could give them the order, but they won't benefit.
Yeah, I
from
think
it
you can still order 'em.
until they pass.
Yeah,
Right.
you
Yeah.
still
Well-
you run the risk of them not getting
yeah,
it.
Well,
again.
I
but-
think
but-
you would still be able to issue it,
but
it
the
just
ones,
doesn't do anything.
but the ones
Yeah,
who are battle
exactly.
shocked are you cannot give orders to.
Now, if you're
I don't know if that's the case.
Now,
Yeah,
if
that's
your
one of the
officer-
that's one of the battle shock rules. You cannot give orders to that unit.
if your officer gets battle shocked, then you're going to lose it for 2 turns.
I
Yeah.
think we need to read the rule.
Maybe. Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
a couple
because
weeks.
I think it depends on how it's worded on if a unit cannot benefit from orders or if they cannot be issued orders.
Yeah.
Howdy guys, how y'all doing?
But yeah, so
So
And
it
then-
also it helps Necrons a little bit because you get to trigger reanimation protocols before testing for battle shock.
Exact-
So it might push you over half
do
strength
you?
again.
Oh yeah, that is really good. You get reanimations regardless of your battle shock.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's,
thank God. Thank God.
But yeah, but that was Chaos Knights for the most part. There's
Yeah.
a couple things we didn't touch on, like their faction rules or,
Yeah.
There's so much to go over.
or
But
their
they're- but just-
stratagems.
but the whole
Well,
point-
might as well go to Imperial Knights.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
whole point of this chaos is to battle shock their enemy.
Yeah,
Knock
we
them
can-
out, then tear it.
the Chaos Knights ones are a little bit better. So if we go to the Chaos Knight ones, their detachment rule is literally everything just gets a 6-up, feel no pain. And then if you
I
complete
like that so much.
Then if you complete their
Object-
with their army rule, with their faction rule, they
Well.
have like a deed they're trying to do, and if you complete that deed, they just go to a 5-up plus I think something else too.
The deeds are kind of difficult though.
This deed is completed if the enemy warlord is destroyed. This deed is completed if you control one or more objective markers in your opponent's deployment. Yeah, those aren't easy to complete in
Yeah.
in a
I mean,
lot
the
of
benef-
cases.
the benefits are good.
Yes,
In a lot of cases, if you complete one of those or both, you're
because those were in the old edition too.
Yeah.
But
if you completed both of those, you
Yeah.
probably won the game already.
I think I generally either they seem like win harder things.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I actually like the Chaos Knight one more because like triggering battle shock and then they have further buffs like they take neg1 to hit from
Yeah.
things that are battle shock.
I think I
like
like that one more too.
I like the interaction.
but
Yes.
I think the regular one's just better. I think
I-
honestly, all things considered, I think a 6-up feel no pain
The
on
6-up
your
feel no pain might just be a stronger
Yeah,
Right,
that's
yeah.
yeah.
like
I think that one is
survivability-wise,
just
that's
better,
quite
but I do
because
like
you always
I do like
get it. You always
I do
get
like
it. You don't have to
Chaos.
worry about ignoring it. And
Yeah.
everything.
I
and
think
then
that is
the
just better.
armigers, I really like the armigers. I think
They
that,
gotten better. They gotten better.
Yeah, the thermal spears are really good.
Yes.
Really good.
Did they show that? They showed that on the Chaos one, didn't they?
No,
Yeah.
they showed that on
Oh, it's
the,
right there. It's
yeah,
literally
the
at the
armiger.
top.
But
Yeah.
they have Melta 4 and their strength 12.
Yeah.
Like I think if Melta it was just strength
Strength
12, like
it
it
might
be
have fixed.
fine.
Yeah.
I think Melta should have just doubled the strength of the weapon at half range.
I agree.
think that's what it should have been.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I think that's exactly what it should have been. That's what it was in 7th when it existed. It went away, and now it's back, but for some reason it affects the damage and not actually being able to hurt the target like it did in 7th.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
But then these are strength 12. Like these are great.
Right, but these are twice as large as what the guy's carrying.
Oh,
the
sure,
ground. Yeah.
sure, you're right.
How many
Yeah.
shots is it?
Two.
2? Yeah, that's not bad.
But you can double up on them.
No, you can't.
No,
Not
not
on
them.
not on
No, they're
reverse.
static. You can only take one.
You only get.
I ran 2. You could do run 2?
You cannot run 2.
Yes, you can. I did it.
Well, you cheated.
No, I ran up a GT.
do
when
the chaos ones have that option?
No.
I don't think so.
No, they don't come. Ted, they don't come with 2.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
One for each arm?
Yeah,
I
one
don't
for each
think-
arm.
I don't think they're...
They do not.
Yeah, I ran them.
You cheated.
No.
Yes, you
GT
can't.
allows it. Yeah.
You can't do that.
Oh my god, I didn't realize they get sustained hits on a successful charge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
they
awesome.
can get some extra. They can get some extra hits.
They made these better. I like
Yeah.
that.
They are.
Well,
better.
in the chaos, they got
Well-
a lot of interaction with the bigger knights.
We'll
so.
see what they do with the
Nathan makes-
autocannon one too.
Nathan makes a good point about the Chaos Knight side would help them with objectives.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. Like
If you
triggering all that
Oh
battle.
Battle shot,
yeah,
yeah.
like if you cause a failed battle.
I hadn't
yeah.
really considered that because I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
consider knights
That
to be
is
a
that
real
is
army.
something
They can't.
knights
They lose.
really
They lose their
struggle
objective
with,
secure if they're battle shocked.
but Yeah,
I really don't like that a knight could lose its objective secured.
you gotta shave 12 wounds off of it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean I get it.
And they still have their invuln saves too. I wonder if they'll keep rotate ion shields and keep their 4-pin invuln as well. Through stratagem.
Also, they're only against range attacks, not against melee attacks.
Right.
Yeah. Haven't they?
There's a little asterisk underneath the invuln save.
No, I know. I don't think they've ever been. I think the melee attacks thing was a strat.
I know, and
Yeah.
I hate it.
Well,
just let them have it in melee.
Well, the
Why do you-
invul save
why do you
is their
hate knights?
shield.
'Cause
Is
they're
their
ion
shield
shields,
saves. Ion
dog.
shields.
They're ion shields.
Yeah.
They're not like
So Call has a refractor field. What are we getting at?
those two things are different,
Yeah,
man.
he has like a big old like
The refractor
electrified
shield-
saran wrap bubble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To where like the shields are more like a traditional bubble that you can get inside of.
I love the Thunder Coil harpoon. I am a huge fan of the Thunder
I don't
Coil
think I would
harpoon.
ever run it.
No?
And no.
Dude, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
What's
And
the
then
range on it's 18. I would never run that.
Well, a lot
18
of
inches?
people are swearing by this now. Said they're going to run multiple of these in the army.
you-
now.
I don't know about multiple.
You
Yeah.
ice that. That'd be expensive.
Yeah, I
you
don't know
ice
about
that
multiple.
thing. I don't know what
Yeah.
it's stat. It could be like maybe if I don't know. It won't be any higher than T13. I don't think so. I can't imagine
It
it.
should definitely be one higher than the
Yeah,
other.
Yeah.
I
So
can't
it should
imagine it
definitely
being
be 13.
higher than that. It can't be that hard to ice. And then like if you look at the other night, right? It's got that giant melta cannon, and then it's got the giant plasma cannon. It's just gonna be
Okay,
better.
you might have a point,
It's just gonna be better.
but I want
It's
that.
neat. It's neat, and we don't know what its flamethrower does. That's
Yeah, the
probably
flamethrower
Oh,
could be dope,
they were worth taking an 8th edition just for the flamethrower.
Yeah.
just because it was
But
hilarious.
It was an 18-inch flamer with like 3d6 auto hitting
hits,
shots
yes.
they were basically auto hitting like riptide guns. It was ridiculous. But yeah, it was worth taking just for that. So we don't know what its flamer does, but that one's very up close, and I think running those knights as long range fire support, I think those are your best bet
Right.
for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they're safer.
Yeah, they're
Ideally-
safer. They're going to be a little bit harder
Harder.
to kill if they're farther away.
I mean, you're right. You probably run the
Yeah.
Castellan over the Valiant, but
Yeah, it's a neat
or
gun.
is it Valiant?
I have no idea.
I think Valiant's one of the other ones.
Yeah. Been a while since the Imperial.
No, I don't know. Yeah,
Oh, this Night Valiant. I was right.
But yeah, it's neat. And then you've got the and I literally just thought about this last night. But there's an interaction of rules that we haven't discussed on here yet, where you take the anti-rule, which triggers critical wounds against a specific target on a specific target number. So like anti-vehicle 4+. And then you take devastating wounds, which triggers mortal wounds on a critical wound roll.
Yeah.
So with those two, they've been showcasing a lot of models with this combination where on this target number, they're going to do mortal wounds, not on 6s.
Yeah.
And I've got mixed feelings about that.
I really don't like it. I mean, like,
I think
it's
yeah.
fine on something like.
I think
like
it's
the-
fine on that.
It's fine on like a railgun. It's fine on that. But like,
Yeah.
I don't like it being on combi bolters. Or I'm sorry, not combi bolters. Combi weapons.
Yeah, me neither.
That's scary.
That's going to make them very good.
Yeah.
Now, the combi bolter or the combi weapon interaction is a little different because if you looked at the profile, they hit on 4s.
Yeah.
Hit on one less than their normal ballistic skill.
I don't think that's quite enough to make the.
It
loss.
might not be, but it will. It's gonna be like a better version of Dark Eldar Poison, where in like like traditionally, if you're running Dark Eldar Poison, you hate playing against Nids. Well, you don't hate playing against Nids. You hate shooting at Gaunts. You hate shooting at Guardsmen. You hate shooting at anything T3 because you're always trying to wound it on 4s. Where in this case, if you're shooting at a T3 target, it's a similar thing where you're still kind of trying to wound it on 4s. You can wound it on 3s still, but if you look at their other guns in comparison, if you're going for that 3 wounding target number, those typically come with like special rules, like assault or heavy. Those typically come with AP. You know, it's
the combi weapon not have any AP.
It doesn't have any AP. It's a one shot hitting on 4s. It's got rapid fire, 24-inch, but it's one shot, rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP nothing, 1 damage.
Okay, that's a little bit more tame than I was thinking.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
Because I mean, what if you have 10 Terminators? It'll be 10 shots.
It's a 25. It's a 25%. But basically, 25% of your shots are mortal wounds. Now, we could get into Oath of Moment. That might make it a little dumb because now you're re-rolling all that, you're basically reversing it to where now it's like 75% of your shots are going to be mortal wounds. So you could be really wiping some stuff out with that. And the nice thing is, it only works. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. But yeah, so you're going to have...
And again, it is only infantry.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. I was just about to say, they're not doing that against monstrous creatures. They're not doing that against vehicles. The nice thing about that is when we go ahead and flag over the custode stuff, we'll talk about that next.
Yeah, see, that's scary because these Terminators are going to hate that.
Well, they all have a 4-up feel no pain against mortal wounds.
I was just about to say that. I just remembered that.
So it is better for that because you're bypassing a 2-up save, but you're still running up against that 4-up save.
Yeah.
So it'll still... I think that's the kind of target these things are meant for.
Yeah.
Like normal Terminators as well. Those are multi-wound guys. Don't typically have a feel no pain against mortal wounds.
Why the hell do they even have the Misericordia? I don't understand.
Well, it gives a +1 OC. Objective control.
No, that's the Vexilla. The banner.
No, because the Basilica takes the he has to take the...
Who does?
The banner bearer.
Okay, so the banner bearer has the Misericordia. Yeah. He doesn't have a Guardian Spear?
No, he can't have that.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, that's where that comes from, is for the banner guy.
Okay. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah, because he can't have the spear and the banner.
Oh, you're talking the Vexilla? Okay,
yeah.
I see what you're saying.
One character, because before the Vexilla was a hero guy in your army. It was one guy, but now every unit gets it now.
Yeah, it was a character before. Right?
Yes, but now
it's not gonna be a character anymore.
Yeah, it's not a character no more.
I think they're gonna do that with a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think all of your ancients that were all characters in Space Marines, I think they're all gonna go.
Yeah, not gonna say that all those are gone.
This dude is just gonna be a banner.
Yeah. So that's what the big change is. Before
I'd be pretty okay with him being a character though.
Yeah, I think it's to cut down on data slates. I'm not gonna speak much for custodes because. But like I look at it in Dark Angels, if you take all my banners and make them characters, that cuts down on literally like 5 data slates. And just based off banners.
Can they also change it, because before it was for morale purposes, now it's for objective control.
And you can still do it like because Abaddon's the same way, where he's like a leader, where he's attached to a unit, but he still has RO abilities that affect everyone around him.
Yeah.
So they could still do that where he is a unit upgrade. Actually, they did that in 7th edition, I remember now. You could take these unit upgrades that were RO abilities. Rest in peace, Power Field Generator. Or rather, rest in peace, DACA Banner. That thing was awesome.
DACA.
It turned
more DACA.
It turned rapid fire weapons into salvo weapons.
You know, it's interesting to see anti-psyker. Like we could see spread out to more things.
Yeah. Well, that's where the sisters, and that's what the whole purpose for them is, for psyche.
Anything with a keyword, really,
yeah.
you can see that you're gonna see that kind of spread out that way. You might see anti-cavalry in some facet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's enough. They're combining. Actually, cavalry, I don't think is a thing anymore. I think it's mounted. They took it all and made it one thing.
Yeah, so bikers,
I haven't seen mounted.
Yeah. It was something like that. It might not have been mounted, but I'm pretty sure they took all of those words, all those keywords, cavalry, bike. I think there was another one, and just changed it to one thing that they all can apply to.
Yeah.
So you'll probably see something like that. So mounted, what was I don't remember, but yeah. So it's But yeah, so we've got the.
Do we want to talk about Tau a little bit?
We can talk about we didn't really touch on that on Custodes that much. The
They got so many good abilities.
the Terminators.
Yeah.
Terminators being
Are
T7 with 4 wounds, man.
Those
are good.
Screw that. From Golden Light,
Yeah,
you literally just pick them up, and they all have what's that called? Necrons, the Night Shroud or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you literally
The Veil of Darkness.
once per game you pick up one unit and move them or whatever.
Well, but that's
they
just
can
this
do it
unit.
for every.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can take multiple units.
They do have to leave and come back the following turn.
No.
Same. Once per battle at the end of your opponent's turn. If
your
this
opponent's turn?
Yeah.
If this unit is not within engagement range of one of the more, which is an inch, you can remove it from the battlefield in a reinforcement step of your next movement phase to set it up anywhere.
Your opponent's turn.
Yes.
Okay.
You can remove it from the
Yeah.
battlefield
And set back up anywhere on the field within deep.
So you can literally just pick them up and move them.
Yeah.
That is scary. That is very
Well, they
scary.
have deep strike, right?
Yeah.
So you can deep strike them in on something. Like you could literally just use it to snake an objective.
Yeah, snake eject, or after you set up, you put all this force,
It's
you move
very-
everything to the other side of the board.
It's very good. You can also rapid ingress them
Yeah.
into one spot. And then before that turns even over, you pick them up and you put them somewhere else.
Not really sure why, but you could.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
I bet you'd find a reason for
Or
it.
you can drop your turn, shoot them like crazy at a target, then pop somewhere else.
I would do it. I would do it just
Be
to
annoying?
do it. I'd be like, look what I can do. Be like Stuart from Mad TV. Just place them on. Yeah, it'd be a waste of a command point, but
And against
could do it.
characters, monsters, or vehicles, they all reroll wounds.
yeah. So those guys are pretty scary.
Yes.
And then everyone's got. We touched on that, but everyone has a 4-up feel no pain
Yep. And
against
vulnerable,
mortal wounds.
and vulnerable save.
Is that that was the detachment?
That's
ability.
their detachment rule. So they won't. They might not always have it, but if mortal wounds are more prevalent, I think devastating wounds you'll see it more prevalent. I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that might be.
We
one of
didn't
the better
talk about the
ones.
stances at all, which are really good.
Yeah, so basically in the fight phase, they pick
What they want to use.
one of 3 stances that they want to get. What are they here? Subtract 1 from the hit roll if someone hits you. Your
Sustained.
weapons get sustained hits, or your weapons
Lethal
get
hits.
lethal hits. They're really doing that a lot. I've noticed.
Yeah.
You're getting either getting lethal hits or sustained hits.
Yeah.
So depending on what you're
They
fighting.
did that a little bit with. You didn't get lethal hits, but you got. Oh wait,
No, we didn't get sustained hits.
Yeah.
no, you got sustained hits.
No, we got lethal hits. Your Necrons? Talking about?
Oh no! I was talking Tyranids.
Tyranids. Yeah, so they
Tyranids
got
got both.
They got both.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's sustained hits against infantry or
and lethal hits against vehicle,
yeah,
which
vehicles.
is what you want.
Sure,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. But
So,
this way, you
like
can
just
pick,
being able to, before the fight, or I'm sorry, before the game, to just say, okay, yeah, I think we're going to take sustained hits.
Yeah,
Just
but-
like
exactly.
your
but
entire-
this you can change every turn. So
Yeah. This
and that's not just limited to shooting. That's like my entire army.
this is
This
limited. This is limited to melee.
yeah.
This is in the fight phase. You select the stance for them to pick.
Well, still, it depends on if somebody charges you. You can delegate what you want, how you want to fight. Use
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
and it's not your fight; it's just the start of the fight phase.
Yeah.
So it's your opponent's fight phase.
Yeah, if you're being charged, you go for the subtract 1 from the hit roll.
Yep.
Keep them a little bit safer.
But if they're coming up to you like a mob of termagants, you go with sustained hits on them and just
But yeah,
chop them down.
Custodes are looking very good. They've got like they turned the Sisters of Silence into basically like their own little Sisters of Battle unit that's anti-psyker.
yeah.
And then the melee chicks are also anti-psyker as well. They're
I am
very cool.
uncomfortable that we have literally no insight to points at all yet.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, me too. Points.
these guys are going to be expensive because they're a smaller.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
they're
no,
going to be. I think the Terminators will be 60, 70 points a
But-
model, somewhere
yeah.
in that range. Normal Terminators right now are about 40, 30, 40, 30 because they made options cheap or free. But yeah, so I'm a little nervous about it too. I'm more so nervous about vehicles. I'm very nervous about just hey, bring whatever you want, and I'm really hoping what they do is in detachments. You can pick whatever data slate you want, but there are limits on what keywords you're allowed to have.
I have-
Like
I have-
you can have this many vehicle keywords, in your detachment. You can have this many infantry keywords in your detachment. You can have this many
I would be
or
more
whatever.
okay with
But-
for every this many you have to take this many,
many.
rather than them just saying, hey, you can have 5 vehicles.
Well, it's
I would rather say, hey, bring this many infantry.
it would be
or this many battle line.
it would be a harken, yeah, because battle line's gonna be a thing too. But it would be a harken back to like older 7th edition formations,
Yeah.
where it was more specific. Like you can bring this many basically of this unit, depending on which
Yeah,
formation.
because it used to be percentage.
It was either specific units, or they'd give you an option of like between 3.
I am.
So I'm hoping to see something like that where there's
I
still
don't
some
want
structure.
Them,
'cause
I don't want them
want
to tell me to bring specific units, because then like those units become a problem.
They could be, but it depends on the unit. So for like Dark Angels, for instance, back in 7th edition, or like regular Space Marines in their demi company, they had options between like you could take an Assault Marine, you could take bikes, you could take this. I think Assault Centurions. For Dark Angels, it was literally just Assault Marines, and that wasn't a problem. It actually made me buy Assault Marines. So I think it would be okay.
I think it's how it's,
There just needs to be some sort of limit on what exactly we can bring, because otherwise we're back to 8th edition, where it's just spamming.
we do have Rule of 3, which is a very very good rule.
Yeah,
I
but
think
with
that's-
all the data slates
Well,
that
well,
exist,
all-
it almost doesn't matter.
all I can say is like if they come up with like Dark Angels, you're gonna have your Deathwing one. To get these special build, this is the only things you can take.
So,
with it.
exactly.
So what if how would
Exactly.
you
I
feel
think
if
that's
they
how
say,
it
it'll be like that.
Yeah,
That's what I'm.
You
expecting.
can take outside of that, but you don't get the bonuses.
How would you
from,
feel if your Deathwing detachment said you can't include any Ravenwing units in this army, but you get these benefits?
Well, to be honest, it wouldn't really make any sense. Like you can run specific Ravenwing units in a Deathwing detachment. Right now, well, I'm not gonna say right now because it's changed dramatically because of the chapter approved. But previously, if you were in 9th edition, if you ran a Deathwing detachment, you could run. I think the only Ravenwing unit you could run were Black Knights. You couldn't put speeders in there. You couldn't put anything else in there because those are inner circle guys. Basically, a Deathwing attachment is anybody inner circle. So it's so you could run Black Knights. You could run. I don't think the land speeder was inner circle, but you could basically run him or Captain on a bike, and that was it. Those were the only Ravenwing units you could run. So I mean, I've basically with Dark Angels, that's how it's always existed for me. So like I think it's perfectly fine.
So you'd be okay with they said like, hey, this is your Ravenwing detachment. You may not include any Deathwing.
Yeah, basically.
Keyword things. Yeah.
I think
So-
that would be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble conceptualizing for other armies.
Yeah.
What those things would look like.
So that's why I brought up 7th edition formations, because I think they would look something not exactly like that, obviously, but something similar to that, where they would be, because all the neat thing about the 7th edition formations were not all of them, but most of them existed in some sort of fluffy way.
yeah,
Right,
I
to where,
just
like, you
I
had
don't
demi
want them to
companies and
say
stuff.
you have to bring this unit specifically. I'm okay
it
if they
depends.
were. Sorry, Ted. I know I'm cutting you off there.
I know.
But like I'm okay with them saying, hey, bring this keyword.
All right.
Because that puts you into a category, and you can pick and choose out of your category rather than just saying, hey man, like this is detachment XYZ, you have to have infiltrators. I'm aware you don't want to run them, but I don't care.
Well, I think there could be different ways.
I know, but that's the whole point of getting multiple detachments.
Yeah, because like Space Marines, you can maybe they'll come out ones you can take company specific ones like first company, second company.
They said that specifically.
Then, or they might come out with like a demi company where you're allowed to take different things, but it'd be different stratagems and different abilities.
Yeah,
I know the
that's what they
Gladius
said.
Strike Force is one.
I think
Yeah,
that's second company. No, that's first company. That's first company.
The Gladius is just made up of whatever, right?
It's actually, so the Gladius is actually just a battle company.
Yeah.
It's made up of second company and first company units.
Yeah.
So they mentioned way back during the announcement of 10th edition that there was a first company Space Marine detachment.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would be like your Stern. That's going to be
Stern Guard,
Stern Guard
Terminators.
vets, basically everything that comes in the
The
new
first
new
company.
box, in
Yeah.
the Leviathan box.
Yeah,
So,
because I think like the
Your
10th company is your scout company,
Yeah,
and
your
your
venerable
9th
dreads.
company is your speeder company.
your venerable dreadnoughts
Yeah.
are all first company.
I wonder how many detachments we're gonna get. Like,
Probably,
in the book.
I think 10. That'd be more than
One
10 is probably too many.
10's
Like,
too many. It's gonna be
because you're gonna get one of these abilities like that's unique to every
if
detachment.
I'm going strictly as a Dark Angel player, I'm getting 3. I'm getting a Green Wing detachment, Death Wing, and Raven Wing, and so I look at that. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And then I think about all the other books. I'm like, everyone will probably get 3. Like that's kind of where I'm at. Is I think everyone's just gonna get. I think Codex Space Marines will get 6.
They should get more.
So they can
universal.
fit all the different chapters that are
Yeah.
in that book into their own detachments.
well, and
And
also,
they can mix and match a little bit.
well, they
but-
also said they're going to have their campaigns where they're going to introduce more stuff too.
Yeah.
So they can always add more special for the campaign companies and stuff like
yeah.
that.
So it will be. So I'm thinking at Index. Everyone's just gonna get 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the
Yeah.
one that's previewed,
Yeah.
and then
Tell us what you guys think at home too.
and then
Like, this is an
I'd probably be
also-
glad
I
it's
think
just going to be the
I think
Space
your
Marine.
Codex is gonna have that 1 plus 2 more, and then it's
They might modify that one. Too.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's, all rules are always subject to
Because
change
we
when
haven't seen
codexes
the
come out.
we haven't seen the Tyranid one yet.
The Tyranid detachment rules.
Yeah, we
The-
have. No, the organization.
We haven't
oh,
seen
yeah.
any organization.
Yeah.
The detachment rule they get is that
Right,
hyper,
but
hyper
yeah, but what you
adaptation.
can take and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. See, I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming that your initial detachment is gonna just be like
what's in the box set?
Well, no. I mean, it's you can bring whatever you want.
What?
Like no restrictions. Outside of
There's-
the 3 data slates. all
That's
that.
the thing, though. There's gotta be something. There's
Well-
gotta be something. Like, especially if we're
What is like one in for each one in the book? I think.
especially if we're keeping all the old all the current iterations of what data slates are. So you look at Lehman Russes, for instance. That'd be 9 Lehman Russes. You look at
Wait, why would it be 9 Lehman Russes?
it'd be 3 of each data slate.
Well, how many? Isn't it just the Lehman Russ?
No, I'm pretty sure, at least I know it was an 8th edition. I'm pretty sure it's because you have like the Lehman Russ.
And then you have the Lehman Russ Tank Commander.
Right.
Sure.
Well, yeah, but you had the Lehman Russ because you've got like they all have different names. You've got like the Vanquisher. You've got like the Executioner.
Yeah, but just the gun has a different name. They're not all different.
no, no, that's what they were called. Yeah, they were. It was like a Lehman Russ because you had an Annihilator. You had like all these different
Yeah,
kinds of
I
Lehman
don't
Russes.
think they are. I don't think they're like that anymore.
No, they're
or
just-
at least they weren't in 9.
I think they're all
They
going
weren't?
to
No, it was just
Okay.
the Lehman Russ.
Yeah.
Okay.
be.
Well, that might be okay.
Well,
but
No,
then,
I mean, if squadroning for them specifically is a thing.
yeah, you
then
could run
sure.
it. You could run into an issue there. Space Marines have 3 different kinds of the new dreadnoughts. You could run
Yeah.
3 of the Brutalists,
Yeah.
3 of the Ballistas, and 3 of the regular Redemptors, and that could be an issue. Like 9 dreadnoughts on the battlefield, and if they do what they say they do, it could be an issue. Now we haven't seen some of the other stuff, but that could be a problem. That could be a big problem because I would run 9. I would do it. But yeah, I'm just
I points might prohibit you.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And that's another thing too is points need to be right, but we need to make sure we're not in the situation, especially Space Marines, because that's kind of how it was in 7th, where you look at all your vehicle options, you're like, my foot soldiers are almost as good and about a quarter of the cost. So now instead of playing against vehicles, you're just playing against 100 Space Marines.
Yeah.
You can run into that problem too, and that would be awful. So like, you've got to find that right balance, and I don't think you can do it with just points. I think there has to be some harder force organization at work, aside from just you can't bring more than 3 of the same unit, more than 3 of the same.
Yeah, we haven't seen the full
Data
thing yet
slate.
because they didn't release
Yeah.
There's got to be something else.
a limiter in there.
Yeah, because we didn't have that. We didn't have that in 8th edition. At the launch of 8th edition, we didn't have that.
No.
All we had was whatever detachment you wanted to bring. You can bring that. It was basically bring whatever you want.
Yeah,
and it was an issue.
when
It was a
now
big
that we
issue.
don't have like elites, heavy support, and all that. I get how that is
Yeah.
concerning.
Yeah.
So it was. So they got rid of all that. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you just see limitations based on keywords.
Yes. That'd be the easiest. Yeah.
So you know what I honestly think. I honestly think that at the beginning of the edition, we're going to have exactly what you're talking about, but they're going to implement more strict changes later because it's not going to work.
You might be right.
Yeah.
You might be right because that's what we've seen.
Well, we could find out because, like I said, they'll drop this 6 months later. So, okay, we need to change this, and this. And it'll be a quick up.
Yeah,
because they're still going to be doing the balance data slate.
Yeah.
And I mean, Brett even pointed out like changes by like quarterly season.
Yeah, that's what they said they're going to be doing too. Be
yeah.
quarterly.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to be able to do a comprehensive enough.
I just don't want to play
like
3 months of 40K where it's just nonsense, especially at the launch of a new edition.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to play interesting games. I don't want to play against 12 Lehman Russes. I don't want to play against 9, 12 dreadnoughts. I don't want to play against any of that. I don't want to play against 8 Wraith Lords.
I want to play a real game.
I want to play interesting games that are made up of diverse units and all these cool different aspects of these these. They have so many different things. There's so many cool things you can.
One thing seems like in the data slates, it'll tell you if you want to take this, you have to take this.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll see
honestly,
that,
even if they just said, "Hey, you can include just for every battle." Like, what am I thinking?
Like for every for every 2 battle line, you can bring one
something
non-battle
else.
line.
Yeah, I was
Maybe.
thinking that's probably too restrictive.
Yeah, that it might be.
But that's what I was gonna say, and then I thought about the restriction behind that.
I mean,
but maybe up to a point, like you have to include so many battle line and then you get access to
like
this
Age
many
of Sigmar
things.
is.
I'm trying to find the article on building an army.
Yeah,
because I know it's in this section somewhere. But we can move on to Tau.
Yeah, we should talk about Tau. Also, we haven't talked at all about how literally the rulebook was leaked.
Yeah,
not 100% of it, but most of it. So if you guys haven't seen that, then it is available online.
The only. There's not honestly. I read the whole thing. There's not a whole lot of big takeaways from it.
Well,
it's pretty much what we thought of. The rules are all defined in there.
The
stratagems are in there.
The stratagem are very cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't find. I thought I saw it, but I don't think I saw it. I couldn't find engagement range.
It wasn't in there.
It wasn't in there.
There was a second leak.
Okay.
Which I you must not have heard about, but there was a second leak for pages further in the book.
Okay.
That did define it as 1 inch.
Where are these leaks at?
If you look on YouTube, you can find them on there.
Okay.
All specs went over the whole second leak
exactly.
too.
Oh, okay.
The second set of leaks was not nearly as much information.
And it was still a lot big gaps.
I was literally just looking for engagement range.
Yeah.
I think that was the only thing. And transports.
Yeah,
no transports.
Yeah. See, that's the only other thing I need to know.
They did talk about unit coherency though.
Oh yeah.
It's 2 inches.
Yeah, it's 2 inches.
How'd I know that, but not? Anyway.
Well, no, that was in the first leak.
They changed it up from when you're at over 6 models now. You have to measure within 2 inches of 2 other models.
Okay, but it's 2 inches now, not 1 inch.
Yeah, it's 2 inches.
Okay, that's better.
You just can't daisy chain now.
It used to be 1 inch.
Yeah.
And you had to be within, if you ran big units, you had to be within an inch of 2 models. And that was.
When was it 1 inch?
I thought it was either this or last edition.
I know Sigmar's always been 1 inch.
Has it?
Yeah, but I think 40K has always been 2.
I could have sworn recently it was 1 inch. I remember like when I was playing Chaos specifically, it was a pain in the ass trying to. You run these big squads of possessed, and it's just like, man, trying to stay in coherency sucks.
Brent thinks that Battleshock will get nerfed.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
They're pushing. They're pushing.
They're trying to push it like that to be a big part of this edition.
Fine. Yeah, yes. I actually like what they're doing with Battleshock and how everything.
It's all morale.
Yeah,
I like there being things in the game like Chaos Knights
are scary now
that interact.
Yeah.
With Battleshock in more ways.
Well, here's the thing.
You get negative if you're Battleshock. You get -1 to hit them and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's very interesting.
Currently, Night Lords, the Chaos Space Marine Legion trait and the relics and their stratagems are literally all centered around leadership.
Yeah.
And lowering leadership and making people fail morale checks and stuff like. But it's just never been good enough. It's just never like you have stuff that's
there's too much fearless.
It's
in the game.
fearless. There's too many things that can modify leadership roles, but it looks like they're being a little bit more hard. Looks like they're being a little bit more hardline with a lot of the stats.
Yeah.
Specifically, you have small things. You have small blanket rules that allow for rerolls and +1s to hit. Not a whole lot of -1 to wound. Not a whole lot of -1 to hit. But you have a couple rules that give some big bonuses, but everything else seems to be a lot more flat. And this is what you get, and this is what it does.
Well, which I think is
a lot
really,
less modifiers.
Well, and what I think this is really confusing people is GDable's never been this way before.
Mm-hmm.
They're becoming hardline.
That's
and
good.
And their wording is quite exact now.
It's gotten a lot better.
Yes, it used to be.
There's still some things, but like when you're writing this volume of rules, there's going to be things.
They're rewriting the entire game system from scratch.
Yeah.
So there is going to be, but this is the stuff that can be fixed.
Sure.
And they said they're going to be fixing stuff as it pops up and
My
everything.
phone died.
And things are. I mean, it's been really good. But let's talk about Tau.
Okay.
I think out of like army rules so
I can
far,
remember.
You got it?
myself.
Okay, you got it?
I
Okay.
think Tau has had some of like the most flavorful rules. Like
Yeah.
For the Greater Good is such a like it's very thematic. It's very interactive.
It's neat. I always so as someone who had Tau for a while, one of my biggest complaints was marker lights and having to roll to hit and having to get a multitude of marker lights on a target in order to really feel the effect of it.
Yeah.
And I remember them in 8th edition. It was awful because at the start of 8th edition, at least, it did get better. But like one marker light, you re-rolled 1s to hit. Like, okay, that's cool. I hit on 4s. It's not terrible. But in order to get your bonuses to hit, you had to get like 5.
Yeah.
And it's just too many.
And then your opponent just starts killing your marker lights.
Exactly.
And you either get frustrated because your marker lights are on very squishy platforms, by the way, and just die. Yeah. So
you took marker drones.
So anyone that doesn't know
was
what
way
the
to
tout rule is, it's for the greater good. Very, very cool for them. But you select 2 different units in your army. One of these units is your spotter, and one is the unit that your spotter is guiding. So your spotter directs at a unit, and then the unit that's being guided, if they attack that unit, they get +1 to hit.
Yep.
The spotter just attacks as normal.
Yep.
But so like it's an incentive to do like an MSU style army where you have these infantry that like move up the board, draw a bead on something, and then like your Riptide jumps out and lights.
So-
it.
Now your spotters. No, they don't. They actually don't have to have the marker light rule.
They do not.
So
If
if they
they do-
have,
if
the
they-
unit
yeah.
also gains ignores
Ignores
cover.
Yeah, if they
Yes.
do have the marker light, then
right.
So
your,
they can
your
scouts,
spotted
yeah,
unit,
your scouts are
your
guided
guided unit.
yeah.
And they're actually being a lot more. So because of that, you can put the drones are actually one of my favorite changes to this too, because it used to be ever since I had them back in 7th edition when I played them with a 6th edition codex, and no one used drones until 8th edition because you would put them in the unit. You still didn't even use them.
That was
in
confirmed
8th
in the
edition.
rules, Nathan.
But you wouldn't put them in the unit because when a drone would die, it would confer. It would trigger a leadership test.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, my flying dish plate died. I need to.
Yeah, now they're just a
take a leadership
token.
test.
They don't.
Yeah, basically
They're not
they're
a
just
model.
there as a
I mean,
reminder.
They're a model, but they don't have.
They're like my little dark angel-y watchers.
Which honestly, I find a little disappointing, but like it probably works fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'd be just fine. It would also mean that you don't necessarily, if you only have one kind of drone in your army, you don't even need to necessarily have them on the table, which is nice. Because I'll tell you what, especially in 8th edition, when drone spam was like the height of
No
Taunus.
savior protocols, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, so it looks like the shield drones, what they do is they're gonna be storm shields.
Yeah, storm shields add 1 to the bear's wound characteristic.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what those do.
What can take guardian drones?
Breachers. And I think fire warriors can now too.
Okay, but nothing bigger.
God no, that would be awful.
Okay. All right.
Um,
What can take shield drones?
anything.
Anything can take.
Yeah, anything.
Crisis suits.
Yes, they can take shield.
That'd be cool.
So you can get bonus to wound crisis suits.
That's
That's always what you took on them. Was shield drones. So you could take a multitude of basically you just take one for every suit. Get one each one plus one to wound.
I like marker drones. Marker drones, they give you the marker like keyword,
yep.
and
Yep.
if you advance, you can still act as a spotter.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And the Pathfinders get recon drone, which allows them to infiltrate.
Yeah. They
Which
also
is cool.
They have a few like unique drones
Yes.
that are all special.
The Pathfinders.
Yeah.
They've always had those, and they have never been worth taking.
Well, yeah,
they've
because
always been
that
bad.
unit is just gonna melt.
Yeah. Well, even in 8th
They have a
edition.
4-up save now instead of 5-up.
I mean, you still won't run.
Oh, yeah, they got the.
I don't. Well, their special rule allows them to act as a spotter for 2 different units,
That's true.
which I think that's with a marker light. Right. So like I think that's actually
It's
pretty viable
for them. Yeah, it is for them. They're gonna be more points than a fire warrior. They're probably gonna be more points than a fire warrior with a marker light
Right.
unit or with a marker light drone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why you won't run them because you're gonna, as a Tau player, you're gonna want a few units of fire warriors anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially
you've
now
always
that you
needed
can
them.
use them as spotters.
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
like if you run 6 unit of fire warriors with marker drones,
Don't remind me, Nathan.
you might not even need to run them.
Well, can they be targeted? What was that in response to?
But drones, no, they cannot be targeted.
Yeah, they're just a token.
They're literally just
part of the
you just-
unit. This part
Yeah,
of the,
you just set them. You just set a drone next to a unit, and you're just say, "Hey, this is my reminder that we."
Well,
have
and
this
this could be
rule."
multiple because there's a
And
grab
when the
and
unit dies,
grab,
you take it.
Yeah,
Grab
the grab
inhibitor drone.
inhibitors are the
and the pulse accelerator
Yeah,
drones.
those are both the pulse accelerators add weapon range. Grab inhibitors subtract charge range. Yep,
The
they've
drones-
always had them. They've always been bad.
The drones
Yeah.
that shoot, you just have that.
You
You can just fire it.
Yeah,
and
you're-
then when every other model in the unit dies,
It
this
dies
goes
too.
with it.
It's
Yeah,
like-
But they
exactly.
all hit on 5s. I mean, you can
Yeah.
probably still get a drone controller somehow, and
yeah
make
maybe.
that better.
So what really interests me,
also pulse carbine. That's what
the pulse carbines, the
Pathfinders.
that's what
Pathfinder guns.
Pathfinders have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Typically like assault 2.
yeah.
what does Fire Warrior have? It's not
Pulse
a
rifle.
Pulse rifle.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah. So it's hitting on 5s. That's not bad, and if you can even maybe you want a spot for a unit of fire warriors, that could be good.
Sure.
So yeah, we'll wait and see. You want to talk about the Storm Surge at all? That weapon was
Yeah, the pulse blast cannon.
because I saw you and Tim talking about it the other
Yeah.
day. I talked to Tim about it briefly. He was in a meeting, but it already does that.
Yeah.
It's they actually made it worse. So currently the 6-shot profile is strength 12. They dropped it down to strength
currently?
10.
What's the damage on it?
6, I believe.
The 6-shot profile is damage 6.
4? It might be 4.
It's 4 now.
It might be 4. Is it 6 there?
It's 4 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then
4.
yeah, it's 4. Because I remember it's whatever it is. Because I remember the only thing that hasn't changed was the only thing I just changed was the strength. And then the top profile is exactly the same. It's still 2 shots. It's still, the strength has obviously gotten higher. It's not strength 24 right now. It's strength 16, but it's almost effectively the same thing. And it's still I think it's still neg 4, and I think it's still 12 damage. So it's, I saw you guys arguing about that the other day. Like, this is going to be a problem. Like, it still does that. No one runs it.
Again, points prohibitive.
It's
and all
400
that.
points.
Yeah.
So and actually, I think that gun's more expensive than the pulse driver cannon. Right now.
The focused one of the pulse blast cannon though, that would
2 shots.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, you're going to need a spot for it.
Yeah, but if you
So if you kill the unit that spots for
if
it,
you spot for actually, I have the page pulled up, so let's read it.
do you have to determine spotters before the battle begins?
No.
It's in the moment. Okay.
Yeah. You just say, okay, this guy's gonna
Good.
spot. This
'Cause
guy's gonna be got.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So yeah, if you can kill units that are going to spot for it.
Which is Pathfinders.
oh god,
Because they get marker
Tim
lights.
was right.
What?
So
they can't hit on 2s. Yeah.
A spotted unit gets
Plus 1
plus
to the-
1
to the
ballistic skill, not plus 1 to hit.
Yeah,
Right.
but here's the thing. Once again, they still do that.
No,
they've always had that capacity to hit on 2s. So yeah, but it's these things we were talking about them hitting on twos and ignoring cover. Like they've always been able to do that. It's always been one of the things that if they were good, that's one of the reasons why they were good.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember back when 8th edition first launched, and Tau was one of. It was bottom. They were bottom 2 with Necrons. It was either Tau was worse or Necrons was worse. It was one of those two as the worst army in the game. So like, we're really gonna have to wait and see to what points look like, and how these interactions actually play out. Because I do like that rule.
Nathan, I could very well see them losing hitting on twos.
What?
He said that Tau commanders acting as spotters a lot because they already hit on twos. They might go to threes.
Yeah.
But
yeah, maybe.
But they would be an ideal unit to do that.
They are going to limit Tau commanders. I can almost guarantee it because they were a problem in 8th. They limited them in 8th. They kept that same restriction going into 9th. They are going to stay the same way in 10th.
Well, what they're probably going to do is that they're going to have a strong ability, but you can only use it. You can only have one data slate using this ability per turn.
Well, their strong ability was that they took all the weapons and could smoke
sure.
crap.
Or they can do once per battle. They can do
also
their
they're not quite the issue anymore because like you'll be able to target them freely.
Yeah.
Maybe, but they weren't. That's not necessarily why they were the issue in the first place. I mean, you couldn't target them for you covered them with drones. But you could still do that now.
But you won't be able to do that now.
Not drones. You're right, but you can still cover them with other units. You can still cover them with crisis suits.
Yeah.
Theoretically, honestly, they'll probably be attached to a crisis suit unit.
Yeah.
They'll be lead or something.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're like I said, they're
means you'll have to take crisis suits.
Huh?
Means you'll have to take crisis suits if they're only a leader and not a lone operative.
It's one of my favorite models in that army. It's always been a crisis suit.
Well, then also you got ethereals. Maybe they finally get ethereals.
Ethereals will be lone operatives for sure.
Yeah.
Ethereals were good in 8th. You'll probably.
Or at least they should be, I think.
Some of your a lot of that. Ethereals will be lone operators. Fireblades will be leader. And I'm expecting. So the Crisis Suit Commander will be leader. The Cold Star Commander will be lone operative.
He'll be lone operative.
He'll be lone operative.
Yeah.
He's basically a flyer. So, yeah, all that stuff.
Tim had a baby.
Yeah.
So he's not allowed on the show anymore.
It's his third baby.
Yeah.
But
we gave him 2 warnings, man. Enough's
enough.
But yeah, so Tau looked pretty neat. Like I said, they're one of the armies to where they could either be really awesome or just really terrible. They've almost never had a middle of the road.
Cold Stars can't take drones, right?
Yeah, they can take drones.
They can take drones?
Yeah, they've always been able. I can't remember what the rule was that allowed them to stay next to the commander, but they could take drones. They had some sort of rule where they're like, you can take
shielded missile drones.
Riptides.
Yep.
What will those do?
They will
+1 to wound and have a missile pod?
Probably.
Okay.
That hits on 5s, yeah. Because they have missile drones on there, right?
Yeah.
They have shield drones on there.
Yeah.
It'll do both.
Yeah.
+1 to wound and you get a missile pod.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that. I don't think it'll do anything else. I'd be surprised if it was like, I don't know. But yeah, it'll just be probably an extra wound, which is neat. And you can pay points to get a missile pod and an extra wound for your Riptide. That'll be cool. Doing
well, Tex. They had to use a chainsaw to get the little guy out, but he's everyone's alive and well.
Yeah, except for the doctor.
Yeah, no, the doctor. He's never gonna be the same guy.
But yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how they end up. I'm intrigued to see what they do with Ghost Keels, because they have a special drone. They didn't show it.
Yep.
They have stealth.
They have stealth drones.
Stealth drones.
Yep, stealth drones. Stealth suits cannot take stealth. Although I doubt they'll change that, because the stealth drone doesn't come.
Comes in the
Ghost Kill. Yeah, it doesn't come in the stealth suit kit.
Well,
so.
I mean, obviously it'll have stealth.
Yeah. So they will come with stealth. I don't know what the drones will do though, because the drones I don't even know. You don't really need the drones because. If I had Ghost Kill, could they come with drones?
Or what if the Ghost Keel doesn't have stealth on its own, but having
the drones gives the...
But then it just has it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need them.
They might
Well,
just
you
do,
know.
they might just do away with it and just roll it right into.
I would be
But it comes with two, so what's the point of like
right, exactly.
paying for two of them?
Well, it automatically comes with them.
Well,
maybe
it
you get
automatically did before. They very well might change that.
Maybe they get shield drones.
Oh
or something
yeah,
like
that's
that.
true. They could change it to where now you don't. It doesn't come with them. That
Do
would
they
be
have a
the
gun?
only, huh?
Do they have a gun?
No, they
So
did.
so maybe
Missile?
they'll just act like shield drones, and just plus one wound for each, but you got to pay for each one.
I think it'll be something different, but yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. It'll be I don't know, but yeah, you run because it used to be it just came with two of them. Your unit was a ghost kill and two drones, and then the drones. God, it's been so long. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think the drones in 8th edition were an adding a stacking of neg to hit.
They were, I think.
Yeah, so they were actually pretty good, but they
Because
were a
that's why
separate
you wanted-
unit, so they could be targeted.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So you could still shoot them, but they stacked neg to hit. So they were kind of, that's why they weren't. Because I'm saying like they had neg 2 to hit. Why were they bad? I'm like because you could just shoot the drones. That's right. So they weren't that great. And there's
We'll
one
do
wound
text,
with
thank
a
you.
Thorpe save, so just a couple wounds go through and they're toast. But
As I said, we still haven't seen everything for any of them, so we don't know
Yeah.
all the
Right,
Well,
there's
like
little
all the
stuff.
specific drones, they won't be on these lists. They'll be on those data sheets.
Yeah, because
Right.
they might have specific drones just for certain ones.
well,
Yeah.
Pathfinders are the only one. Pathfinders and Riptides have specific drones. Ghost Kills do, and Breachers have the Guardian drone, and I think that's about it. I think everyone else. Crisis Suits takes all the same drones. Stealth Suits do. Broadsides do. Broadsides get missile drones, actually.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that can just take regular missile drones. But I think
What can
that's it.
crisis suits take? Gun drones and
Gun
shield
drones, shield drones, and marker drones.
Oh, okay.
They can take marker drones. I don't know why you want to mark with a unit of crisis suits.
Right.
You could do it.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do with crisis suits. But, yeah, and what they do with their guns. Because currently they really nerf the crap out of their guns. They fixed. It used to be you had highly customizable options with crisis suits, and now it's like you can only take a very specific amount of these specific guns.
Well, because they want you to take what's in the box.
Yeah, exactly.
What's in the box?
Sucks because like you've got all these people. I owned like 20 crisis suits at one point. They all had very specific loadouts. And I'm like, you can't run all that.
All right, guys. I think that's going to be enough for us. Orcs are up next tomorrow, so we're going to be
Yeah.
talking about them next week.
Orcs,
Daka,
Daka.
Daka.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all hanging out, talking some 40K with us.
It's so nice, no Tim here.
I-
It's so refreshing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's great.
There's no downer or nothing like that. Complain about Imperial
very
Guard.
upbeat conversation the whole
going
time.
on.
Anyway, we're out of here. We'll see y'all next week. In the words of Tim, tell your grandma. I'm sure he'll veto our ban of Tim next week. All right. So adios, y'all. Bye-bye.